How to start the decluttering process. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. I did a video a week or two ago about decluttering, and I asked 3 questions. Number 1, do you want to declutter and downsize? Number 2, are you ready? And number 3, what is one thing you can do today to start that process? So now in this part 2, I'm going to continue on and talk about how to start the decluttering process. First, I want to say that if you're not ready to declutter, don't do it. It's something that you have to want, that you feel is a need, that you are ready to do. Secondly, don't let anyone tell you what to declutter or how much you have to declutter. That is your decision to make. You know what you need, you know what you want, you know what means something to you. So it's your own personal decision. Number 3, don't take too much on at one time. We want to make this simple and fun. If it becomes this big, overwhelming task and we put ourselves on a deadline, we're just going to fail. It just will not happen. So let's take it a step at a time to really be able to see the results we're looking for. Now, when you declutter, as far as how much to declutter, again, that's your decision. You may have 15 sets of sheets for your bed, and you may want to keep quite a few of them. So in that case, get rid of the ones that you're not using, they're older, you don't really like the color, and keep the ones that you enjoy. If that happens to be 7 sets out of 15, that's okay. At least you did declutter. Now in my case, I only kept 3 sets of sheets for my bed because normally when I strip the bed, I take the sheets off, wash them, and put the same ones back on. So I have 3 pair to have a little bit of a variety, and that worked for me. But you do what works for you. And then it's so easy to get caught in the trap of getting more and more. We see something we like, we get it, and then we decide to collect it. Collections. How many people have collections? It doesn't matter what it is of. We just collect things. And we like to say, I added this to my collection. All of a sudden, when the time hits you and you're ready for it, your collections are just going to be another big pile of stuff that you can't stand to look at, that you can't wait to get rid of. So, how to start this decluttering process? Well, I can only tell you what has worked for me, and that is taking it one room at a time. I can't decide, well, I think I'll declutter closets, and then go from room to room to room and try to do all the closets. That's too much for me. I pick a room and start with the easiest room if that works for you. So say, for example, you start with your kitchen, which is what I did. I was able to declutter that room fairly easy because you're talking about dishes and pots and pans and glasses and coffee mugs. Nothing too terribly much. And then after I did that room, My laundry room is right next to it, so I went ahead and did that room. Now, I did not do this all in one day, and don't feel that you have to. If you have a day and you're really into it and you just decide, boy, I'm going to get this done today, and that's doable. You can do a kitchen in one day. Then that's great. If not, pick 15 minutes or 30 minutes and just do something. Decide today I'm just going to do what's in the kitchen drawers, like your silverware and different utensils and maybe your dish rags and dish towels. And then the next day, take another 15 or 30 minutes and decide to do coffee cups and glasses. Whatever works for you. That's how you'll be a success, if you do it the way you need to do it for yourself. And then you just keep doing a little each day until you get that kitchen finished. Now, whether you're doing the kitchen or any other room in the house, I like to have 2 boxes and a laundry basket. One box is garbage. It needs to be thrown away because it's broken, it doesn't work, etc. The second box, the items are perfectly fine. I have no use for them anymore, so they can be donated. And then the laundry basket is for anything that's in that room that you want to keep, you still use, but it doesn't belong in that room. For example, in the kitchen, I cleaned out my junk drawer, which I have to do on a regular basis because that thing just accumulates everything. Well, I found nail files, like clear nail polish, different things, a set of clippers, things like that that really didn't belong in the kitchen junk drawer. So I put those in the laundry basket. And I know those are small things, but you could have larger things. And then I take that basket at the end of my decluttering and I walk around and put everything where it belongs. I just go from room to room. If somebody left a pair of shoes in the kitchen that day, then they're in that laundry basket and I'm going to put them away. And when you're done and you feel like I have decluttered this room to my satisfaction, celebrate yourself. It's an exciting thing. It feels good just to know that you did it. So go ahead and pat yourself on the back. And then, if you feel like I need a break from decluttering, take a few days or a week, whatever you need. If not, you're usually so excited because you've actually accomplished that task and your kitchen, because that's what we're using today as an example, is completely decluttered of what you don't want, don't use, and don't need, that you want to move on to another room. So pick another room. Say, for example, you pick your living room or family room. Well, normally there's not a lot of clutter in a living room or family room, although you may have bookshelves or built-in cabinets that are just stuffed with all kind of stuff. You don't even know what the stuff is. So obviously you're not using it. So you could go through that. If you have a ton of books, if you love all of your books, keep all of your books. But if there's a few that really have special meaning to you that you would love to reread, you wouldn't mind rereading them, keep those and donate the others. The only other thing you may be looking to declutter in a living room or family room are knickknacks or pictures that are on the wall, not pictures of your family, but just pictures that you don't really care for anymore, or they feel cluttered to you. Your wall feels too cluttered and like it's caving in. So get rid of a few, the ones that you don't need, and just keep one, or go out and buy 2 other ones that you really love and enjoy and appreciate. Now I'll show you something I did with special mementos, which I had a ton of them between my own kids, who are well grown now, to my grandchildren. You know how your grandchildren draw pictures in 1st grade and kindergarten and 2nd grade, and they're always drawing these adorable pictures, and you hang them all over your refrigerator, something they colored, and you just love them. Well, after many, many years, if you have more than just a few grandchildren, you've just got stacks and stacks of papers, and you can't keep everything. So what I've done is keep the little homemade gifts and trinkets that my grandchildren have given me throughout the years. And I'm going to show you the way I keep them and how I store them. I have 2 like trunks or treasure boxes, whatever you want to call them, that I have had for years that I use as decorations. I put it next to a table, like an end table or something in the living room, family room, just because I like it. I like the way it looks. And it served no purpose except as a decoration. So what I did with the different mementos that my grandchildren have given me, I put them in this one, and then I have another one here. This is sort of a Bombay style. I'll show you that in a minute. So I open the lid of this, and there are some things down in here that my grandchildren have made for me over the years that were very special. Here's an example. This is a heavy piece of like concrete, and it has 2 little handprints in it. It's the handprint of my middle son Sean's 2 children, Austin and Avery. They're teenagers now, but this is special, so I keep it in this box. And this is a little book that they had made me. And inside are pictures of their different artwork that they had given me over the years. But it was made into this book, so I have that in here. So this way, you don't have these mementos all over the house, one in this drawer, one in a box in the attic. Because this sits in my family room, I can take these out and look at them anytime I want, and it's just a decoration that sits in the room. And then here's the other one, and it's the same situation. I know this one's pretty packed. I don't know if you can see that. It's filled to the very top. But there are so many little treasures that I always want to have. Now these came from my 3 grandsons from my youngest son, Nathan. And they're grown. In fact, 2 of them are grown men and 1 is 16. But they used to make me these really cute crosses with a little beaded thing to hang. Here are 2 more. They're very, very special to me. Here's another little handprint. Here's a little bag that's all decorated. And inside, there's just little things that they thought I would love. Like this little doll. Isn't that cute? This little doll with the pretty thing in her hair. A rabbit's foot in pink, of course. They know that's my favorite color. And this is one ring. I have a lot of little rings that come from the Dollar Tree that they bought me since they were little. All these little things are wonderful mementos that I just cannot part with. and I don't have to part with them because they're not cluttering up anything. I have them contained in these two little chests, plus they're visible for me to get my hands on and look at, which I love to do anytime I want. So that's all I'm going to talk about in today's video. That should at least help us to get started, to have a goal, a plan, to give it a try and see how we do. And I will make a third video about decluttering, and we will continue on. But in the interim, if you are interested in decluttering, this is a good way of how to get started. So please let me know in the comment section if you plan to start this process, or if you have any suggestions of a better way to do it. And we'll just keep each other accountable, keep each other encouraged, and keep each other lifted up in order to declutter and downsize our precious lives. Well, now I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip today comes from Luke 12:15. And this is Jesus speaking. He said to them, "Take care and be on your guard against all greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." There may have been a time in all of our lives when we were younger and maybe not quite so wise that possessions meant a lot to us, that the more we got, the happier we would be, the better we would feel. And then as we mature and grow and look around our homes at everything we have accumulated, we realize how far from the truth that is. Stuff just holds us back and holds us down and keeps us from living the life that we want to live. It's almost like being imprisoned when you're in your own home. You look around, everything's closing in on you. You see closets bulging at the seams and stuff in every drawer, every storage place you have in your house. And it just plays on your mind. It's like you can't get free from the thought of it all. And every time we look at it, we think, I have got to clean this out. And yet, we don't do it. We just put it off, and it continues to grow and grow. So today, we have a new start. It's never too late. I'm 71 years old, and I'm still working on all of this. I've come a long way, but I still got a ways to go. Our possessions do not define us in any way, shape, or form. And once we come to that realization, freedom can enter. I thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.